A long time ago, in a peaceful village surrounded by tall trees and quiet rivers, there lived a young girl named Amara. She was the daughter of Mama Amara and Baba Amara, simple farmers who loved her very much. Amara was not just beautiful, she was breathtaking. Her skin glowed like the afternoon sun, her eyes sparkled like stars, and her hair was long, thick, and black as night. People said the gods took their time when they made her, but with all that beauty came a heart full of pride. Every morning, while others were working, Amara would wake up, wash her face, and sit in front of a small mirror her father had bought for her. She would admire herself, twisting her neck, pouting her lips, and giggling. "Who is more beautiful than Amara?" she would whisper to herself. "No one. Not in this village. Not in this world. You are like a goddess. You deserve to marry a king, the richest and most handsome king ever." Her mother would come into the room and sigh. "Amara, please help me peel the yams. Your father will be back from the farm soon." But Amara would hiss, "Me? Peel yams? My fingers are too fine for such dirty work. Let someone else do it." Her mother would sadly shake her head and walk away. When other girls went to the stream to fetch water, Amara stayed behind to brush her hair. When the village gathered for community work, she stayed indoors, posing in front of her mirror. Even her friends, who loved her, did not receive her kindness in return. One by one, they began to get married, not to rich men, but to humble farmers, hunters, and fishermen. Amara laughed at them all. "Kaidinma, look at your husband. His teeth are like roasted corn. Funk, your man rides a bicycle. Gozi, yours doesn't even have shoes." They tried to ignore her, but sometimes her words made them cry in secret. Still, they were happy in their marriages, which made Amara even more jealous. "Let them enjoy their poor love," she would say. "Amara will marry a king and wear gold from head to toe." One market day, the village was alive with activity. Amara dressed in her finest wrapper, her skin glowing with palm oil, and walked to the market like a queen. As she walked, her waist danced, and people stopped to stare. "She's beautiful, but her heart is empty," one old woman whispered. Suddenly, Amara bumped into someone, and the person's firewood scattered all over the ground. It was Iya Agba, the oldest and most respected woman in the village. Her back was bent with age, and her hands were shaky. "Oh no, that's Iya Agba," everyone gasped. Amara stood tall and looked down at the old woman with disgust. "Why are you in my way like an old goat? You've ruined my outfit." Iya Agba looked up, her voice calm. "My child, I'm sorry. My eyes are not as sharp as they used to be." "Then stay in your hut," Amara shouted. People began to whisper, "Apologize, Amara. She is an elder." But Amara just turned her back, hissed, and walked away. Iya Agba slowly picked up her firewood. Then she raised her hands to the sky and said in a voice like thunder, "Amara, the mirror you worship will soon turn its back on you. May your beauty melt like candle wax. May your pride become your prison. You shall not see beauty again until you live with the ugliest man on earth. Then, and only then, shall your heart learn." That night, Amara looked into her mirror and felt a strange heat on her skin. The mirror cracked slightly. The next morning, she screamed so loud the entire village heard. "What is this? This is not me." Her smooth skin had become rough like sandpaper. Her nose was wide, her lips were dry and cracked, and her hair was falling out. She ran outside, crying, "Mama, Mama, look at me. I'm cursed." Her mother wept too. "My daughter, this is the result of pride. You heard Iya Agba. I'll apologize. I'll say sorry." But when they went to Iya Agba's house, she was not there. No one knew where she had gone. Amara became a shadow, hiding indoors, her mirror covered with a cloth. The proud Amara was now silent and lonely. And that was when a mysterious traveler arrived in the village. He wore a long robe and his face was hidden by a straw hat. He asked for Amara and gave her a message. "Your curse can only be lifted if you marry the oldest, ugliest man alive. A man with rotten teeth and smelly skin. Marry him not with your body, but with your soul. Only then shall you be free." Amara cried for days. Must I marry a monster to become whole again? But deep inside, she knew this was her test. Her journey had just begun. One morning, there was a loud knock at the door. Her mother opened it, and there stood a strange, short man with a big belly and skin as wrinkled as dried okra. He had only 3 brown teeth and carried a long walking stick. His clothes were torn, and his breath smelled terrible. I am Gabadamosi, he said with a crooked smile. I have come to marry Amara. Amara came out, her heart pounding. When she saw him, she froze. He looked worse than the curse itself, but she remembered the messenger's words. You must marry the ugliest man on earth. With your soul. Gabadamosi was chewing something loudly. Do you accept me? He asked, picking his nose. Amara swallowed hard and nodded slowly. Yes. The villagers came out in shock. Amara is marrying this creature. The wedding was simple, with no music or dancing. That night, in their small hut, Gabadamosi snored like thunder. His feet smelled like rotten yams. He drooled and farted in his sleep. Amara sat by the window, shaking her head. I am in a nightmare, she thought, but I must endure. I must change. As time went on, Gabadamosi was not just ugly. He was mean. He ordered her around like a servant. Cook my food, scratch my back, wash my feet. He complained about everything. This soup tastes like stone. Why are you breathing so loud? But through it all, Amara didn't complain. She woke up early, cleaned, cooked, and washed his dirty clothes. She started to change. She smiled at children again. She apologized to her old friends. She helped elderly women at the stream. One day, she helped a small girl who fell in the market. Agba, the old woman Amara had insulted, was sitting quietly under a mango tree watching. She whispered, she has changed. Later that night, Amara looked at the moon and whispered, if I ever become beautiful again, I promise I will never laugh at anyone. I will never forget what it feels like to be broken. That night, Agba appeared in her dream, glowing like moonlight. My daughter, she said gently, your beauty is back, not in your face, but in your heart. You are now truly beautiful. When Amara opened her eyes the next morning, she rushed to a water pot and looked at her reflection. She screamed, but this time, it was a scream of joy. Her skin was smooth, her eyes were bright, her hair was full again. Her beauty had returned, stronger and deeper than before. She ran outside, singing. The whole village gathered. The curse is broken. Gabadamosi came out, blinking. He saw her and stepped back. You're not my wife. My wife is ugly. Amara smiled kindly. Thank you, Gabadamosi. You were part of my journey. But who will cook for me now? He cried. She handed him a bowl of food. May you find someone who loves you as you are. And with that, she left the hut. Her parents cried and hugged her. Soon after, a handsome and rich prince from a far-off kingdom, Prince Adekanli, came to the village. He had heard of Amara's transformation from pride to humility. He saw her and fell in love, not just with her face, but with her kind heart. Their wedding was the biggest the village had ever seen, but Queen Amara never forgot her lessons. She treated her servants kindly, greeted every old person, and played with children. She no longer worshipped her mirror, because now she knew her beauty came from within. The moral lesson is this: pride leads to a fall, but humility lifts the soul. Beauty without kindness is like a fruit that looks sweet but tastes bitter. Always respect others, no matter how small, old, or poor they may seem, because change only begins when the heart truly learns.